Hello everyone, and welcome back to our CompTIA A plus 220 1101 exam prep series. Today, we're diving into the world of wireless networking protocols and technologies. These questions are designed to help you master the essentials of wireless networking for the CompTIA A plus Core 1 exam. So, let's get started. Question 1. A customer has an 802. 11 AC wireless network that is experiencing interference from a nearby office. What is the easiest solution? A. Move the WAP. B. Change WAP to 2.4 GHz. C. Adjust the WAP channel. D. Use fixed wireless. Correct answer, C. Adjust the WAP channel. The easiest solution is to adjust the WAP channel. Changing the channel can help minimize interference from other networks or devices operating on the same frequency. Channels 1, 6, and 11 are the only non-overlapping channels in the 2.4 GHz band and are recommended for use to avoid interference. Incorrect choices. A. Move the WAP. Moving the WAP might help, but it's not the easiest solution. Adjusting the channel is a simpler and more effective way to address interference. B. Change WAP to 2.4 GHz. Changing the WAP to 2.4 GHz might not solve the interference issue, as it could still experience interference from other devices or networks operating on the same frequency. D. Use fixed wireless. Fixed wireless is not a solution for interference in an 802. 11 AC wireless network, as it refers to a different type of wireless communication technology. Question 2. A company wants to implement a wireless system for asset tracking and access control. Which technology enables this? A. 802, 11XB, Wi-Fi 6C, RFID D FCC. Correct answer, C. RFID. RFID, radio frequency identification. Technology enables this. RFID uses radio waves to identify and track assets, making it suitable for asset tracking and access control applications. Incorrect choices. A. 802, 11AX, and B. Wi-Fi 6. Both refer to a wireless networking standard and are not specifically designed for asset tracking and access control. D. FCC. The Federal Communications Commission, FCC, is a regulatory agency and not a technology for asset tracking and access control. Question 3. Which of the following is often broken down into groups of channels including 1, 5, 6, 10, and 11, A, 802, 11 ACB, 2.4 GHz C, 5 GHz D, 802, 11A. Correct answer, B, 2.4 GHz. The 2.4 GHz frequency band is often broken down into groups of channels, including 1, 5, 6, 10, and 11. This frequency band is commonly used in Wi-Fi communications and has 14 channels designated, spaced 5 MHz apart from each other. Incorrect choices, A, 802, 11 AC, C, 5 GHz, and D, 802. 11A, these are wireless networking standards and frequency bands, but they are not specifically broken down into groups of channels 1, 5, 6, 10, and 11. Question 4. A company wants to implement authentication for its server room entrance. Which wireless technology could be used? A. 802, 11 ACB, fixed wireless. C. RFID D MIMO. Correct answer, C. RFID. RFID technology can be used for this purpose. RFID provides a wireless method of identifying and granting access to authorized individuals, making it suitable for securing server room entrances. Incorrect choices. A. 802, 11AC, and B. Fixed wireless. Both refer to wireless networking technologies and are not specifically designed for access control and authentication. D. MIMO, multiple input, multiple output. MIMO is a wireless communication technique and is not a technology for access control and authentication. Question 5. A user needs a wireless network that can achieve 1 Gbps data transfer speeds. Which standard supports this speed? A. 802, 11AB 802, 11BC 802.11 GD, 802, 11AC. Correct answer, D. 802, 11AC. The 802, 11AC standard supports this speed. This standard operates in the 5 GHz frequency band and offers higher data transfer rates compared to previous Wi-Fi standards. Incorrect choices: A. 802, 11A, B. 802, 11B, and C. 802.11 G. These are older wireless networking standards and do not support data transfer speeds of 1 Gbps. Question 6. A company needs to implement a wireless network that provides high speeds with low latency. Which wireless standard should they use? A. 802, 11BB 802, 11ACC 802, 11AX-D, Bluetooth. The correct choice for a wireless network that provides high speeds with low latency is C. 802, 11AX 802. 11AX, also known as Wi-Fi 6, is a revolutionary wireless standard that offers significant improvements over its predecessor, 802. 11AC, Wi-Fi 5. It operates in both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands, providing better performance and higher data rates. Wi-Fi 6 is up to 10 times faster than 802. 11AC, with a maximum data rate of 1.3 Gbps. Incorrect choices: A. 802, 11BE. This standard uses the 2.4 GHz frequency band and has a maximum speed of 11 megabits per second, which is much slower than 802. 11AX-B, 802, 11AC, although faster than previous standards, 802. 11AC is not as fast as 802. 11AX and operates only in the 5 GHz band. D. Bluetooth. This technology operates at 2.4 GHz and has a data rate of 22 megabits per second, which is significantly slower than 802. 11AX. Question 7. A user is connecting wireless headphones to their smartphone. Which technology enables this connection? A. RFID, B. Wi-Fi C, Bluetooth, D. NFC. The correct choice for connecting wireless headphones to a smartphone is C. Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a wireless technology that enables the connection between smartphones and peripherals, such as wireless headphones. It operates at 2.4 GHz and provides two-way communication with a data rate of 22 megabits per second. Incorrect choices: A. RFID, radio frequency identification, is used for identification and tracking purposes, not for connecting devices. B. Wi-Fi. While Wi-Fi can be used for wireless internet and communication between devices, it is not typically used for connecting wireless headphones to smartphones. D. NFC. Near-field communication is used for short-range communication, such as credit card payments and e-ticket booking, but not for connecting wireless headphones to smartphones. Question 8. An administrator needs to set up corporate laptops to use the 5 GHz Wi-Fi band for better performance. What wireless standard supports this band? A. 802, 11BB, 802.11, GC 802, 11ND, 802, 11AC. The correct choice for a wireless standard that supports the 5 GHz Wi-Fi band is D, 802, 11AC, 802. 11AC, also known as Wi-Fi 5, is a wireless standard that operates in both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands. It supports synchronized connections on 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz, with up to 1,300 megabits per second bandwidth on 5 GHz and 450 megabits per second on 2.4 GHz. Incorrect choices: A, 802, 11B. This standard operates only in the 2.4 GHz frequency band. B, 802.11G. This standard also operates only in the 2.4 GHz frequency band. C, 802. 11N, although 802. 11NN can operate on both 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequency bands. It is not as fast as 802. 11AC. Question 9. A technician needs to identify the wireless channels supported in the 2.4 GHz band. How many non-overlapping channels are available in the US? A, 6, B, 11C, 14D, 36. The correct choice for the number of non-overlapping channels available in the US in the 2.4 GHz band is B11. In the 2.4 GHz band, there are 3 non-overlapping channels, 1, 6, and 11. These channels are far enough apart to avoid overlapping and interference. Incorrect choices: A, 6. There are only 3 non-overlapping channels in the 2.4 GHz band, not 6, C, 14. There are not 14 non-overlapping channels in the 2.4 GHz band D, 36. This number refers to the number of non-overlapping channels in the 5 GHz band, not the 2.4 GHz band. Question 10. A company is implementing RFID asset tracking. What frequency range does this technology use? A, 24 to 50 MHz. B, 902 to 928 MHz. C, 2.4 GHz. D, 5 GHz. The correct choice for the frequency range used in RFID asset tracking is B, 902 to 928 MHz. RFID, radio frequency identification, uses radio frequencies to transmit data from a smaller device, tag, affixed to an object for identification and tracking purposes. The frequency of operation for RFID varies, but the 902 to 928 MHz range is commonly used for asset tracking. Incorrect choices: A, 24 to 50 MHz. This frequency range is not typically used for RFID asset tracking. C, 2.4 GHz. This frequency range is used for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technologies, not RFID asset tracking. D, 5 GHz. This frequency range is used for Wi-Fi technologies, not RFID asset tracking. Question 11. Which wireless frequency provides the longest range and best obstacle penetration? A, 24 GHz. B, 5 GHz. C, 900 MHz. D, 2.4 GHz. Correct answer: C, 900 MHz. A, 24 GHz. Higher frequencies have shorter wavelengths and are less effective at penetrating obstacles. B, 5 GHz. Although it provides faster data rates, it has a shorter range and is less effective at penetrating obstacles compared to lower frequencies. C, 900 MHz. Lower frequencies have longer wavelengths and are better at penetrating obstacles like walls and trees. 900 MHz provides greater penetration and longer range compared to higher frequencies. D, 2.4 GHz. While it has a longer range than 5 GHz, it is still less effective at penetrating obstacles compared to 900 MHz. Question 12. A user's Bluetooth headphones experience intermittent audio when close to a 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi router. What could cause this interference? A. Incompatible standards. B. Too many endpoints. C. Overlapping channels. D. Security protocol conflict. Correct answer, C. Overlapping channels. A. Incompatible standards. Bluetooth and Wi-Fi are different wireless technologies and do not have compatibility issues. B. Too many endpoints. While having many devices connected to a network can cause congestion, it is not the primary cause of interference between Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. C. Overlapping channels. Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz. Wi-Fi both operate on the same frequency band, which can cause interference due to overlapping channels. D. Security protocol conflict. Security protocols are not related to the interference between Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Question 13. Which wireless technology uses electromagnetic induction for short-range communication? A. Zigbee B, Wi-Fi C, LTE D, NFC. Correct answer, D, NFC. A, Zigbee. Zigbee is a wireless technology that uses radio frequency for communication. B, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi uses radio waves for communication. C, LTE. LTE is a cellular technology that uses radio frequency for communication. D, NFC, near field communication. NFC uses magnetic field induction for short-range communication. Question 14. Which wireless frequency requires line-of-sight access between antennas? A. 2.4 GHz. B. 60 GHz. C. 900 MHz. D. 5 GHz. Correct answer, B. 60 GHz. A. 2.4 GHz. While 2.4 GHz connections are limited by obstacles, they do not strictly require line-of-sight access. B. 60 GHz. Higher frequencies, such as 60 GHz, have shorter wavelengths and are more easily absorbed or blocked by obstacles, requiring line-of-sight access for effective communication. C. 900 MHz. Lower frequencies like 900 MHz are better at penetrating obstacles and do not require line-of-sight access. D. 5 GHz. Although 5 GHz has a shorter range and is less effective at penetrating obstacles compared to lower frequencies, it does not strictly require line-of-sight access. Question 15. A company needs to connect two buildings over a 1 km distance without cabling. Which wireless technology could provide this connection? A. Bluetooth. B. Z-Wave. C. NFC. D. Point-to-point microwave. Correct answer, D. Point-to-point microwave. A. Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a short-range wireless technology with a typical range of up to 10 meters, which is not suitable for a 1 km distance. B. Z-Wave. Z-Wave is a wireless technology designed for home automation with a range of up to 100 meters, which is not suitable for a 1 km distance. C. NFC. NFC is a short-range communication technology with a range of less than 2 meters, which is not suitable for a 1 km distance. D. Point-to-point microwave. Point-to-point microwave technology can provide long-range wireless connections, making it suitable for connecting two buildings over a 1 km distance without cabling. Question 16. Which wireless standard operates exclusively in the 5 GHz band? A. 802.11 GB, 802, 11 NC, 802, 11 ACD, 802, 11 AX. The correct answer is C, 802, 11 AC. This standard operates exclusively in the 5 GHz band. A. 802.11G operates in the 2.4 GHz band. B. 802, 11N operates in both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands D, 802. 11AX operates in both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands. Question 17. A company is setting up a new wireless network in a crowded office space. Which band should they select to minimize interference? A, 900 MHz, B, 2.4 GHz, C, 5 GHz, D, 60 GHz. The correct answer is C, 5 GHz. This band has more non-overlapping channels than the 2.4 GHz band, which means there is less chance of interference. A, 900 MHz is not commonly used for Wi-Fi networks. B, 2.4 GHz is commonly used but has fewer non-overlapping channels than the 5 GHz band, which can lead to more interference. D, 60 GHz is a high-frequency band that is not commonly used for Wi-Fi networks. Question 18. A technician needs to install a long-range outdoor Wi-Fi antenna. What property determines its effective broadcast range? A, frequency, B, channels, C, power, D, speed. The correct answer is A, frequency. The frequency of the antenna determines its effective broadcast range, with lower frequencies having longer ranges. B, channels determine the frequency range that the antenna can use but do not directly determine the effective broadcast range. C, power affects the strength of the signal but does not directly determine the effective broadcast range. D, speed is not directly related to the effective broadcast range of the antenna. Question 19. Which wireless network administration task helps reduce interference and increase bandwidth? A, disabling SID broadcast. B, setting up MAC filtering. C, adjusting channels. D, enabling WPA2 encryption. The correct answer is C, adjusting channels. Adjusting the channels can help reduce interference by selecting channels that are less crowded, which can increase bandwidth. A, disabling SSID broadcast hides the network name from users, but does not directly reduce interference or increase bandwidth. B, setting up MAC filtering restricts access to the network based on device MAC addresses, but does not directly reduce interference or increase bandwidth. D, enabling WPA2 encryption secures the network, but does not directly reduce interference or increase bandwidth. Question 20. Which wireless technology can transfer small amounts of data between devices at very close proximity? A, Bluetooth. B, Z-Wave. C, NFC, D, RFID. The correct answer is C, NFC, near-field communication. NFC is a wireless technology that allows for short-range communication between devices, typically within a few centimeters. A, Bluetooth is a wireless technology that allows for communication over short distances, typically up to 10 meters. B, Z-Wave is a wireless technology used for home automation that operates at a longer range than NFC, typically up to 30 meters. D, RFID, radio frequency identification, is a wireless technology used for tracking and identification that operates at a longer range than NFC, typically up to several meters. Question 21. Which wireless security protocol provides the highest level of security? A, MAC filtering. B, WPA-C, WPA2, D, WEP. Correct answer, WPA2. WPA2, Wi-Fi Protected Access 2, provides the highest level of security among the given options. It is based on the final IEEE 802, 11, I amendment to the 802.11 standard, and is eligible for FIPS 140. 2 compliance WPA2 uses AES, Advanced Encryption Standard, encryption, which is considered to be more secure than the RC4 encryption used by WEP, and the TKIP encryption used by WPA MAC filtering is not a security protocol, but a feature that allows or denies network access based on the MAC address of a device. However, MAC addresses can be easily spoofed, making this method ineffective as a standalone security measure. WPA, Wi-Fi Protected Access, is an improvement over WEP, but it is not as secure as WPA2. It uses the TKIP Temporal Key Integrity Protocol encryption, which is less secure than AES WEP. WEP, Wired Equivalent Privacy, is an old IEEE 802.11 standard from 1997 and is considered to be insecure. It uses the RC4 encryption, which is vulnerable to attacks. Question 22. A user's smartwatch loses its Bluetooth connection to their smartphone when 30 feet, 9 meters apart. What class of Bluetooth does this device likely support? A. Class 1B, Class 2C, Class 3D, Class 4. Correct answer, Class 2. Bluetooth devices are classified into 3 classes based on their power output and range. Class 1. This class of devices has a maximum power output of 100 milliwatts and a range of up to 100 meters, 328 feet. Class 2. This class of devices has a maximum power output of 2.5 milliwatts and a range of up to 10 meters, 33 feet. Class 3. This class of devices has a maximum power output of 1 milliwatt and a range of up to 1 meter, 3.3 feet. Since the smartwatch loses its Bluetooth connection when 30 feet, 9 meters apart from the smartphone, it is likely that the smartwatch supports Class 2 Bluetooth wrong answers. Class 1. Class 1. Bluetooth devices have a range of up to 100 meters, 328 feet, which is much greater than the range of the smartwatch in question, Class 3. Class 3. Bluetooth devices have a range of up to 1 meter, 3.3 feet, which is much less than the range of the smartwatch in question, Class 4. There is no such thing as Class 4 Bluetooth. Bluetooth devices are classified into 3 classes only. Question 23. An office needs to connect a printer and desktop PC 20 meters, 65 feet, apart without cables. Which wireless technology could provide this connection? A. Infrared. B. Wi-Fi. C. Bluetooth. D. NFC. Correct answer, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a wireless technology that uses radio waves to provide high-speed wireless network and internet connections. It can provide a connection between devices that are up to several hundred feet apart, depending on the strength of the signal and any obstacles in the way. Therefore, Wi-Fi could provide a connection between the printer and desktop PC that are 20 meters, 65 feet, apart. Wrong answers. Infrared. Infrared is a wireless technology that uses infrared light to transmit data between devices. It requires a clear line of sight between the devices and has a limited range of a few meters. Therefore, it is not suitable for connecting devices that are 20 meters, 65 feet apart. Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a wireless technology that uses radio waves to provide short-range wireless connections between devices. It has a range of up to 10 meters, 33 feet, for Class 2 devices, which is much less than the distance between the printer and the desktop PC in question, NFC. NFC, near-field communication, is a wireless technology that allows devices to communicate with each other over short distances, usually a few centimeters. It is not suitable for connecting devices that are 20 meters, 65 feet, apart. Question 24. A company is implementing a wireless networking technology using the 900 MHz ISM band. No license is required to operate devices on this frequency. Which technology are they implementing? A. WiMAX. B. LTE. C. LoRaWAN. D. Wi-Fi. Correct answer, LoRaWAN. The 900 M8Z ISM, Industrial, Scientific, and Medical band is an unlicensed frequency band that can be used for various wireless technologies, including LoRaWAN, Long-Range Wide Area Network. LoRaWAN is a low-power wide area network technology that is designed to provide long-range wireless communication for Internet of Things (IoT) devices. It operates in the sub-gigahertz frequency bands, including the 900 MHz ISM band, and can provide a range of up to several kilometers, since no license is required to operate devices on the 900 MHz ISM band. It is likely that the company is implementing LoRaWAN or a similar technology. Wrong answers. WiMAX, Worldwide Interoperability for Microwave Access, is a wireless technology that provides high-speed wireless broadband connections over long distances. It operates in the licensed frequency bands and requires a license to operate devices on those bands. Therefore, it is not the technology that the company is implementing. LTE, long-term evolution, is a wireless technology that provides high-speed wireless broadband connections for mobile devices. It operates in the licensed frequency bands and requires a license to operate devices on those bands. Therefore, it is not the technology that the company is implementing. Wi-Fi is a wireless technology that provides high-speed wireless network and internet connections. It operates in the unlicensed frequency bands, including the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz bands, and does not require a license to operate devices on those bands. However, it does not operate in the 900 MHz ISM band, so it is not the technology that the company is implementing. Question 25. Which wireless networking devices require an unobstructed line of sight between their antennas? Select 2. A. RFID readers. B. Bluetooth headsets. C. Infrared. D. Point-to-point microwave. The wireless networking devices that require an unobstructed line of sight between their antennas are point-to-point microwave. This type of wireless transmission is limited to line-of-sight communications. Point-to-point microwave communication involves transmitting data wirelessly between two fixed points, and it requires an unobstructed line of sight between the 2 points for optimal performance infrared. Infrared signals are used in devices such as remote controls, and require a clear line of sight between the transmitter and receiver. However, the exception to their line of sight communication restriction lies in the fact that intervening surfaces can reflect their output, overcoming obstacles as a result. The wireless networking devices that do not require an unobstructed line of sight between their antennas are RFID readers. RFID, radio frequency identification. Readers use radio waves to communicate with RFID tags, and they do not require a clear line of sight between the reader and the tag Bluetooth headsets. Bluetooth technology uses radio waves to transmit data over short distances, and it does not require a clear line of sight between devices. It is important to note that while an unobstructed line of sight is ideal for wireless communication, it is not always practical or possible in real-world deployments. Question 26. Which wireless technology uses 900 MHz RFID tags attached to products in a warehouse to track inventory? A. Zigbee. B. NFC. C. Bluetooth. D. UWB. The correct answer is D. UWB, or ultra-wideband. UWB is a short-range wireless communication technology that uses radio waves to transmit data over a wide frequency band. It is commonly used for asset tracking and indoor navigation systems. UWB operates in the frequency range of 3.1 GHz to 10.6 GHz, which includes the 900 MHz frequency band A. Zigbee is a wireless communication protocol that operates in the 2.4 GHz frequency band. It is commonly used for home automation and Internet of Things, IoT applications. B. NFC, or near-field communication, is a short-range wireless communication technology that operates at 13.56 MHz. It is commonly used for contactless payments and data transfer between devices. C. Bluetooth is a wireless communication technology that operates in the 2.4 GHz frequency band. It is commonly used for wireless audio streaming, file transfer, and IoT applications. Question 27. Which IEEE wireless standard operates at both 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequencies? A. 802.11 GB, 802, 11NC, 802, 11ACD, 802, 11AX. Based on the information provided, both B, 802, 11N and D, 802, 11X operate at both 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequencies. The 802, 11N standard, also known as Wi-Fi 4, was introduced in 2009 and supports data rates up to 600 megabits per second. On the other hand, the 802, 11X standard, also known as Wi-Fi 6, was officially certified in 2020 and offers improved performance, extended coverage, and longer battery life compared to its predecessor, Wi-Fi 5, 802, 11AC. So, the correct answer should indeed be both B and D. A, 802.11G is a wireless networking standard that operates in the 2.4 GHz frequency band. It was released in 2003 and is capable of achieving data rates up to 54 megabits per second. See 802. 11AC is a wireless networking standard that operates in the 5 GHz frequency band. It was released in 2013 and is capable of achieving data rates up to several Gbps. Question 28. Which wireless networking standard can achieve over 1 Gbps throughput? A. 802, 11ACB, 802, 11NC, 802.11 GD, 802, 11AX. Correct answers. A. 802, 11AC. This standard, also known as Wi-Fi 5, has a multi-station throughput of at least 1.1 Gbps and a single link throughput of at least 500 megabits per second. It achieves these speeds by using wider RF bandwidth, up to 160 MHz, more MIMO spatial streams, up to 8, downlink multi-user MIMO, up to 4 clients, and high-density modulation, up to 256 QM. D. 802, 11X, also known as Wi-Fi 6. This standard supports a maximum theoretical data rate of 2.4 Gbps for 2.4 or 5 GHz frequency bands with 20, 40, 80, and 160 MHz channel widths. It achieves higher throughput by using orthogonal frequency division multiple access (OFDMA) and other technical improvements over 802. 11AC. Wrong answers. B. 802. 11N. This standard, also known as Wi-Fi 4, has a maximum theoretical data rate of up to 600 megabits per second. It introduced multiple input, multiple output, MIMO technology, and wider channel bandwidth, up to 40 MHz, to improve throughput. However, it does not achieve over 1 Gbps throughput, making it an incorrect answer. C. 802.11G. This standard has a maximum theoretical data rate of 54 megabits per second. It operates in the 2.4 GHz frequency band and uses orthogonal frequency division multiplexing (OFDM) to improve data rates compared to its predecessor, 802, 11B. However, its throughput is significantly lower than 1 Gbps, making it an incorrect answer. Question 29. A company needs to implement asset tracking using RFID tags within a 100-foot radius. What frequency should the RFID system operate at? A. 2.4 GHz, B. 128 kHz, 13.56 MHz, D. 900 MHz. correct answer is D, 900 MHz. RFID, or radio frequency identification, is a wireless technology that uses radio waves to identify and track objects. RFID systems operate at different frequencies depending on the application. For asset tracking within a 100-foot radius, the RFID system should operate at 900 MHz frequency. A 2.4 GHz is a frequency band commonly used by Wi-Fi and Bluetooth wireless technologies. B 128 kHz is a low frequency used by some RFID systems for animal tracking. C 13.56 MHz is a high frequency used by some RFID systems for contactless payments and access control. Question 30. A user's laptop can connect to a wireless N router but not to a wireless AC access point. Which compatible wireless standard is the laptop likely missing? A 802, 11AB, 802, 11NC, 802, 11ACD, 802.11G. The correct answer is C, 802, 11AC. Wireless N and wireless AC are both wireless networking standards that operate in the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequency bands. However, wireless AC is a newer and faster standard that uses wider channel bandwidths and MIMO technology to achieve higher throughput. If a laptop can connect to a wireless N router but not to a wireless AC access point, it is likely missing the compatible 802, 11A wireless standard, A 802. 11A is a wireless networking standard that operates in the 5 GHz frequency band. It was released in 1999 and is capable of achieving data rates up to 54 megabits per second, B 802. 11N is a wireless networking standard that operates in both the 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz frequency bands. It was released in 2009 and is capable of achieving data rates up to 600 megabits per second. D 802.11G is a wireless networking standard that operates in the 2.4 GHz frequency band. It was released in 2003 and is capable of achieving data rates up to 54 megabits per second. And there you have it. Another set of practice questions to help you master wireless networking protocols and technologies for the CompTIA A Core 1-200-2011-01 exam. We hope you found these questions and explanations helpful. Stay tuned for more videos in our exam prep series, and remember, practice makes perfect. See you in the next video.